Hello, welcome to the OMC Games Skullforge The Hunt video blog number 2. My name's Garv, director and programmer of the game, and this is Heather, who's in charge of art and design.
Hi.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about how the game has progressed over the last couple of weeks. We're going to focus on two main topics, changes to characters and NPCs, and the new and improved systems that we've changed up as the game has gone along, at least since the last time we talked. So first thing we're going to get into, we're going to talk a little bit about the characters.
So what have you done? What's the amazing thing that has happened?
I don't know if I call it amazing, but yeah, one of the things that one of the problems that we mentioned last time is we were using this one particular system that was made for characters. And what it was doing was giving us a little bit more flexibility on how we did things. Like one of the things that we wanted with characters when we first started the game is we wanted to be able to change our clothes and, that kind of stuff. But, that system in general is expensive and hard.
And we had clipping issues as well.
Yeah, but I mean, just in the beginning, I'm just thinking about like in the very beginning, like when we were first talking about, Skullforge as a game and we were doing the design docs and stuff, one of the things that we said we wanted the ability to change your outfit and stuff. So if you get a new piece of gear and you got a new chest piece, then it should reflect on your character so you can basically see that things changing as you're going along.
It makes a match.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think it works better, I think it feels better, and, it kind of makes you feel like, wow, that's kind of cool.
Something happened.
Exactly. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, kind of a boring thing whenever you get a new piece of gear and your character never shows that anywhere. You're still wearing the same outfit. Now, of course, when you click on your character sheet and stuff and you can see, like, oh, I'm wearing a new whatever.
It's not the same.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing is like, let's suppose that you have other players, right? Other players are playing the game too, and they are going to show their screenshots. And you're going to look at their screenshot and go, wow, that's a cool piece of armor. Where the hell did you get that from?
Oh, not just where did you get it, but what is it?
Yeah, exactly. And so it means that there's a lot of stuff that players can get involved in and show and stuff. And it just makes
discussion.
Yeah, exactly. But the other advantage, at least for us from a development standpoint, is all of our NPCs can wear lots of different clothes. So in a lot of old games, you'll see like the same NPC like 50 million times, right? In one city, right?
Or it looks like the same NPC.
Exactly. Like maybe they'll change a hair or something, but basically it's the same NPC. I mean, now granted, don't get me wrong, it takes a lot in order to do something. It takes a lot to do something. And so the thing about that is we have to think about how we can maximize the number of NPCs we have and make the NPCs look different enough so that you don't feel like, wow, they just copied and pasted that NPC like 50 million times.
That would be easy.
No, but yes, of course.
Yeah,
exactly. From a game dev standpoint, it's very simple to just take that same NPC, drop it in, give it some new values, and that's it. So the new system that we have in place gives us a lot more flexibility. We can change like the face, we can change your skin color, we can change your hair.
Change like everything about.
Yeah, pretty much. We can change like everything, even their face. Like we can make them fat, we can make them thin, we can make them tall. And
change the skin color. They can be white. They can be black.
Exactly.
Somewhere in between.
Exactly. So it gives us a lot of flexibility on how we do NPCs. So there's still, that particular system still has a lot of things that it needs in order to be 100% awesome. So for example, we have dwarves, but they don't have beards. So, you want a beard because they don't really have a beard system in there.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something they really got to work on. I mean, how can you have a system and not have a dwarf with a beard, right? You should be able to add a beard to your guy.
Or a lady.
Yeah, or a lady. They say, yeah, you got dwarves and they have beards. So, like, you should be able to, have a beard, right? I mean, why not? So that's one of the things that we hope that in the next couple of months, that particular system will get it sorted out. But still, I think the idea is pretty cool and it gives us a lot of flexibility. And so, hopefully, like, we'll show some pictures of like what Desi looks like. I think her face is awesome. I like the way we modeled her face, or we set it up so that her face. I think she's pretty cute, and so I like the way she turned out. Now, granted, from a gameplay standpoint, like from a gamer standpoint, when you're looking at the game, the odds of you seeing her face is, like really small.
Well, yeah. Considering the viewpoint and everything.
Yeah, actually, that's true for pretty much most NPCs. I mean, you won't see their face most of the time. But, if we are having cutscenes, and so cutscenes means that we can show their face if we want to. And when we do show their face, you can see like the way the face is modeled and stuff, and you can realize, oh, that guy looks different from that guy, and that NPC looks different from that NPC. And with all of the options that we have as far as changing the face and body proportions and stuff like that, that gives us a lot of flexibility. Now, where we are still kind of at a weird spot is the area where we need to have demi-humans. So goblins and orcs and stuff like that. That can be done, but to be honest, I haven't really looked too much into that yet.
Yeah, I was like, yet.
What? I mean, you can do it. I mean, the way the whole face structure is set up, you can change things about things. You can give them green skin, whatever, and you can make them look like orcs or whatever you think orcs look like. Same thing with like goblins and stuff. You can do that. Right now we have goblins in the game, but it's a specific model specific for goblins. The one
placeholders.
Yeah, well, the thing is I like the way that model looked, so I just used it. The one thing about it is it doesn't give us a lot of flexibility on like what they're wearing and that kind of stuff.
That's true.
And so I like having that option to change what they're wearing, clothes and stuff. So maybe you want to have a goblin wearing a white shirt and some, I don't know, pants or something. But if all of them have to look the same, then it doesn't really help that much. Yeah, exactly. So I like the idea that we can do that, but we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah.
And but the thing is, it did give us a lot of flexibility on how we can do that. And going forward, that's going to mean that we can do a lot with the characters and stuff in the game. And I think that is going to make the game feel like it's living and breathing. And there's a lot of variety as far as NPCs go and your own player character. And of course, we can change the armor and stuff. And it does make the whole thing like just blows it all out. And it actually looks much better, I think. There's still some work to be done, but it's the beginning step of a long road.
There's always work to be done.
Well, yeah, of course. The other thing is we spent a lot of time on the Minimap solution, which if you looked at any of our videos or any of our screenshots over the past, year and a half, 2 years, you'll realize that our Minimap is just a see-through oval thing in the top right corner.
I think at one point in a very sliver of time we had a working one-ish, but that was like the tiniest of times, and I don't even know if we got screenshots when it actually worked.
I think there are a couple. If I go back and I look, there might be some screenshots of that Minimap working. It only worked a little bit, and to be honest, it was an asset that I bought off the asset store because I didn't really know much about making mini maps, and I just never done it before, and so I just didn't know much about like how that worked.
Yeah. And
so I thought it'd be easier just to buy an asset for a mini map. The problem is that I bought 3 or 4 different mini map solutions. The way our game functions is we the way we deal with things is not conventional. We kind of, the game is modular so that we can swap out zones and swap out things all the time. And so each individual piece has to be separate. And so then once we load in something, that information isn't there. Now, granted, we could take a screenshot or take a picture of that area and use that picture to create a map of the place. But the thing is, I like a lot of flexibility, and I like being able to generate our own interesting little mini-map areas. And so there are 2 ways that we have it set up. We can do it one way or another way. But we decided with this to make our own mini map, and so I researched like what would I actually need to do to create our own mini map, and I did it.
Amazing. Enough, yeah, I mean it's a functional one for one, and two, it's gonna work for us. And what did you have some plans with that mini map, correct?
Oh yeah. Actually, we are going to release that mini map into the world, so you'll be able to pick it up on the Unity Asset Store. The main thing about that is that we wanted to have a mini map solution that was flexible, but something that people can use, and did its job. I think the main thing is, mini map things are just so rigid. Now, usually people who make them for one particular way, and therefore they just want to have something out there. But the thing is people make mini maps for all different things. They make round ones and square ones, and that kind of stuff, big ones and small ones. And so, granted, that's not to say that ours won't have a very specific use, because it will. But I think for the most part, you can overlay what you want on top of it. And basically, the way for our game, whenever you go into a new zone, so let's say you're starting out in an outdoor zone, and then you're going to go into an indoor zone. So the outdoor zones have a specific size, and then once you go in there into a building, buildings are vary in size, right? So we need to have map systems set up that work so that it doesn't change too much for when you go into a building. And so we can do the conventional way where it's just you're just looking down on some plane, and you can do it that way, or it can actually do it real time, so you can see like what's going on at that time. And so for our game, it really works out well, and I think that this flexibility will work for other people's games too. And so that's something that we're looking for.
And it's kind of meant to be ease of use, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But ease of use is always subjective.
That's true. But I mean, I've always felt like we had problems with the ones that we bought off the asset store.
Oh yeah. Well, one of the main things is poor documentation, and the other thing is that, like I said, a lot of the structure is very rigid. So if you want to use it, then it has to be used in only this way.
That's true. And
if you don't use it that way, then you have to start modifying code and stuff. And usually the guys that do those things, sometimes they aren't very interested in going back and reconfiguring it to do what you need, or it's made one particular way, and therefore even trying to reconfigure it becomes very difficult. And so it's a lot of work for them to go back and reconfigure it just for your game, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to do that. And don't get me wrong, I totally understand. I mean, it's a lot of work and a lot of time. But what we came up with, I think, is pretty good, and you'll be able to see it going forward. Our game, our screenshots and stuff should have like the minimap function. And actually, the video that you're actually looking at now, you'll actually be able to see, the minimap function, so you'll be able to see it actually working.
And so when you're done with it, are you gonna make an announcement kind of deal?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, we'll definitely make an announcement about it. And so what you need to do is just look for the minimap asset on the Unity Asset Store sometime soon. And if you have any questions or anything, let us know, and follow us on Twitter for the latest information, as well as updates on the game and whatever else is in store for the future. And if you like this video or would like us to cover a specific topic, please leave a comment below in the comment section. And stay up to date with OMC Games by following us on YouTube. And also, if you you can check us out on Twitter and the official OMC and Skullforge website. We'll catch you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.
Have a good one.